Uh, Welcome to today's live stream. Uh, I'm Walter. We are here with Jesse. Jesse, say hi.
Hi guys, we're doing this yet again today.
Okay, second day. Sorry, we had some technical issues. Definitely hatuwezi kosa because it's something very new to us. So, uh, first things first, I think we should start with yesterday. What happened? What was happening yesterday? And a lot of things were happening yesterday. Uh, Jesse, from your end.
Um, yesterday, I think, the event was eventful, if I can put it that way. Yeah. So I had expressed my views earlier. I think these guys need to surprise us more. They need to be more creative. They need to engage us more. In that, bring something new that we are not used to, something that you're not expecting. That was I'm talking about the Apple's developer conference yesterday. So they failed to
Okay.
do that for me. It was a let off on my end. They failed to do that for me. I don't know if it was a success on your end.
Okay. It was a success and not a success. One, I think they were very late in they were very late to onboard AI. So I think they were late, fashionably late, since they were. I think by last quarter, guys were like, "Is AI will AI be the in thing or not?" So fashionably late, but there is consequence of not playing the game early. So I think that affected them. As you can see, definitely they introduced a lot of things, a lot of upgrades, but the way it was so obvious to the market, and we saw a very we saw a dive in price, which is extending even now. Price is diving since there's nothing new under the sun actually, but nothing new. From my end, I think they even killed a couple of startups. Grammarly, one was Grammarly. You know the Grammarly. Just so you know
Yeah,
Grammarly, right? Uh,
I've used Grammarly. I'm a writer in my other life, so yeah, I use Grammarly a lot.
so there is another app called another startup called Mid Journey. I think Mid Journey is something like
Oh, I've seen Mid
a
Journey. It was I think generative videos, photos, and all that. I think I've interacted with the platform some time back. Oh,
another
nice.
one,
I
a
didn't know about.
surprise one. Yes, another surprise was they killed the calculator app. They have another app where you can even draw on the app, and yeah, you can draw, add measurements, and then it gives you an answer based on the on the measurements you've entered. So that by there, that one actually it had the loudest applause. Funny thing. So that one, even there's another one of they added a one password. So I think that's a we can compare that with password manager for Google. So they added that one. Um AI translators demos. So I think yes, it was a huge success on the end, but like I said, fashionably late, but regrettable late. So uh, let's see how it will go. I think for the past 3 quarters, every time Apple announces anything in their conferences, the market meets it as a negative, finds it as very negative. So I don't know what will happen this time round, but like the past, I think it will fade off, and then maybe we can break the resistance, because I think market is reacting from the resistance there up there. So on your end, Jesse,
I
How
mean,
is it?
what can I say? How can I? First of all, still on the Apple
Oh, still on
issue.
the Apple. Okay, okay.
I mean, it's Apple. It's Apple. They have all these expensive gadgets, all this tech that they, for lack of a better word, restricted to themselves and their products. I mean, we expect something better. We have already had all these AI features. We have, I mean, going for Grammarly, going for language developer, language generative apps. I mean, I don't expect that this is the kind of level that Apple wants to be playing about, and this is why I've expressed this sentiment again. I think yesterday. I'm expecting something big. I'm sitting here just expecting for Apple to do something that will drive the world crazy. We wake up the next day and this is all you're talking about. But they just do the ordinary. They just bring out what yeah, they are trying to fight very small entities. And for me, it was a fail, a big fail. Maybe on their part, they had other ideas, but on my side, it was a huge fail. Now, just looking at the price, I was just looking at the price of Apple at the moment.
Yeah,
So
kindly
again, we
before you
failed to.
go, before you go to the chat,
Yeah,
I've remembered something. Uh,
yeah.
there's a clash between Elon, Apple, and OpenAI. So
Oh yeah.
due to the partnership and between Apple and OpenAI introducing ChatGPT, I think Elon has said if they collaborate, he might ban all Apple devices in his companies. So that's huge. It can really affect Apple, and yeah, it can really affect Apple because I think that in short they are calling it the AI wars, the AI civil wars. So uh, I'm very interested to see how it will shape up. But that's bad news for them.
Yeah, funny you talk about Tesla and Apple. Now, there's this thing far from. I think I also saw the same news that Elon was, having this civil war with Apple. That is regards to OpenAI, the creators of ChatGPT. Now, there's also some news on Tesla. I don't know if you've seen whatever is happening with Elon and his board. Uh, I don't know if you have checked that out.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, it's something. I think we talked about that yesterday. Don't know if you had already dropped, but um, a lot is happening. It's a pay package which was the board had an agreement with Elon, and then they decided they want to step out of that agreement, and stepping out of that agreement might look very expensive because Elon is a jam. He can just say, "I don't want to continue as CEO, being the founder of the EV maker." So I think I think they should make a very careful choice because either way, neither of the choices looks good right now. Because if Elon decides to drop, that's bad, and if they decide to pay for the last 2 years, Tesla has not been performing well. So it might really affect the company if they decide not to pay this guy. So yeah, it's bad. It's bad for both
Man,
sides.
I think it's be interesting to see what all these or what happens
Yeah, but
because
it's the decision is on for Thursday. We're waiting, just waiting, and Tesla is choppy. The
look at
price action is very choppy
look
right
at
now.
this, look at that,
Yeah,
look at the
it's
look at
very choppy, very
bottom.
choppy.
It's a completely flat bottom.
Yeah, and very
Wow,
choppy.
I had not even looked at the stock for that matter, and I'm now interested because all these wars are going to bring us some movement. And I don't know, maybe we get movement to the downside. Always a managerial risk or business risk is always very dangerous for companies. That is fundamentally because once you have wrangles in your board, the investors will likely be shying off. They
Yeah,
don't want such kind of chaos coming out into light. And Elon is not someone who will just keep quiet. Solve matters indoors. Elon likes to bring air
he's
out
a showman.
the,
A showman.
yeah, the dirty laundry. So I think it will be interesting to see whether we can break. the flat bottom may move downward as a result of this. But we just wait and see what happens.
Okay. Before we started, I think you mentioned something about gold. I'm very curious to see how your gold trade looks right now.
Yeah,
Uh,
I had an earlier entry. I think I had an earlier entry on gold.
okay. Today?
Yes, yesterday.
Okay.
This is on the Traders Competition page. And by the way, if anyone is watching and would like to join the competition, just follow us on our handles. Uh, Get into the community and you'll see you'll be able to see links to the trading competition. I think we'll be posting links as we go along so that anyone who's watching can get into the competition. So I think I had some. Sorry for that. I think I had some entry in gold. This is because for a few reasons that I will iron out, but just to share this, let me just show everyone how my position looks like. Is it visible now? I think it
Yeah.
should be. Yeah, so I had some entry uh, at around 23 or 2 or somewhere there. And yeah, right now I'm risk free, and just closed some partials on it, and just letting the other one roll. So I think it was not a very big chunk of a trade. I'm just being very cautious. Like I told you, I'm not doing any rushing or anything rash before the market settles down tomorrow and the day after. So maybe on Friday I'll be looking for a substantial trade on gold. So allow me just to talk about
You're
something
not clear.
because sorry, allow me to talk about
Okay.
something else because it's quite related to this. Now,
Okay.
okay, I want to talk about the Nasdaq first of all. Now, the Nasdaq for me was performing quite well. Well, stocks have been doing so. The SPY has been doing so. We've seen all these higher highs each and every time. So, but there is a catch, and this is the catch that I want to pose to you so that you can give me your opinion on it, and anyone else there out there can also have give me their 2 cents on it. There's a catch, and perhaps something I have come to be at par with when it comes to how I take and hold positions. So I have come to learn that investors don't actually make trades when news, that is any significant or meaningful news, are announced. So let me explain this. They say that the current cooling environment, okay, let's say that the current cooling environment continues and the market focuses on the possibility that we get, if at all we get any, a rate cut this year. So this might mean that we see a continuation of the current bullishness in the Nasdaq. But the cut that I'm talking about is this. I'm convinced that investors will look, once where the rate cut are announced, I'm convinced that this is when the investors will look to cut or to liquidate their positions. This is on then that we get these rate cuts. So my best move as for now will be to buy the rumor and sell the news. So and it makes sense because rate cuts coming to fruition means that is when the Fed finally announces that we're going to have rate cuts. When this happens, it should mean that it should indicate that the economy is already slowing down. We've already seen the slowdown, and this is why these guys are convinced that they should cut the rates. So it will not be ideal for me to to go along on say the Nasdaq at this time with the risk at the time that the rate cuts are announced because at that point the economy or the US economy might be heading for recession. So that leaves me with two options. Number one, I can choose to go long right now when the rumor is still generating, it's been created in the market, or wait, or wait for a retracement, which is ideally what I'm looking for. So with all this in mind, like I said, I already showed guys my long position on gold, although it's not substantial. So why am I taking a long position on gold or a long outlook on gold, but not taking the position on Nasdaq? No, I've already expressed this before, and this is again related to a very well-performing stock that is Nvidia, and perhaps this is what informs my hesitance towards going long the Nasdaq. I feel like the current price on Nvidia, again, as I said, is a bit of a stretch. And although the value of a share of Nvidia has come down to the level where people can really afford it, I'm still thinking that the curve is a bit overstretched. So the Nasdaq, as we all know, is heavily tracking the movement of Nvidia, and arguably, I could go for either the stock or the index, and still I will get a relatively similar result, because both of these, the index and Nvidia, are moving relatively similar. So my ideal situation is this: when Nvidia comes through with some selling pressure, this is I'm not saying that I don't want to go long Nvidia, but I need it to come down to my level. I need it to see some selling in it. All we're seeing is green on the table. So I want some selling. I want to see some selling. Once we see this kind of selling and maybe create some local support, that is where I'll be looking to go long on Nvidia. So in the same way, I'm still waiting for a retest. I think I'll just pull up my Nasdaq chart to clearly explain this. Here we go. So again, the current trend is bullish for me, and I just want to go down maybe to the 4-hour and show something that I'm really looking at. Oh my God, it's taking so long to load. I think my internet is a bit laggy. So as it does its thing, so I'm considering taking something the lines of a hedge position. This is what I want to show you. I want to take some sell position, although I'm not at this consolidation phase. I wanted to break maybe the likes of 18 or 19,000, break down there, so that we can come down to the levels of 18,600, so that you can have a confirmed or healthy retracement of the Nasdaq for me to be taking. Yeah, here it is. So this is what I'm looking for. We have this kind of consolidation here, right there. So I'm considering going short. This is my picture on it. So maybe I'm thinking we come down from this level, maybe retrace up to here, and maybe then we can continue making higher highs on the Nasdaq. So I want it to come down. To around this level here, and maybe this is where I can consider going long. The Nasdaq in the current, if the current conditions, the cooling effect continues. So again, it's the same with the Nvidia, because a market pullback also means that Nvidia will be pulling back, although not in the same rate, but relatively similar. So again, that is what I'll be looking for to take any entries on the Nasdaq. So as I said earlier, the cooling data, that is, whether it is the decline in manufacturing, it keeps me cautious on a bullish stock market, and instead I am drawn ever so close to going bullish on gold. That is one of the reasons why I took that position on gold, and I think it's played out quite nice at the moment. Although again, I continue to express my caution on the same. So I don't know what you have on your end before I can move on to something else.
Okay, before I have a question for you before you go on. You said
Okay.
you have you were looking to hedge. What are you looking to
Yes.
hedge against?
I'm talking not a particularly a hedge position.
Okay.
I'm already. Let's say, although I don't have an active position on the Nasdaq, I think I closed that. I closed that once we got to this level here. Was it 18,867? So what I mean by hedging position is that, although my reasoning would be that I am bullish on the stock market or on the Nasdaq, I am willing to take a short position on the same, so that we can get this pullback and then continue going higher. Not that I have an active position where I'm hedging it against, but this is just an expression that it is just, if I was already long on the Nasdaq, I would take that, let's say, to cushion my position, my long position. So again, although I closed out at 18,876 or so, I can't remember the exact price, So I'm just looking for a short position to come back, retest 18,600 or so, and then we can move on with the bullish trend.
Okay,
Hope I've answered.
you've answered my question. I think I'll go
Okay.
on with Nasdaq, and
Yeah.
let me kindly share my chart. And
Okay.
thing is, I'm very bullish on Nasdaq. I think we can see we are welcoming any pullback, and the yeah, then the okay pullback, the allowed pullback in the markets. Definitely, some people taking profits, but since we broke this high, I think it's a high on a higher time frame. The fact that we broke this high, yes, we can consider considerable a sizable retrace is okay, but why I'm very bullish, we are setting up. The consolidation is setting up well, and I think I can see a pattern where we can still go bullish because we already have a good counter trend line for me, and whenever I see a counter trend line, I just wait for my setup to close up, and then wait for a breakout. So as long as I can see this, I don't know if it will make a flag, I don't know if it will make a triangle, but I am ready to play a continuation. But if it goes below this, if it goes below, if, sorry, I'm saying it's if it goes below this support. Now this is a change of what they called. You remember we were being taught it was called a change of character, a church.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that. And I floated.
In short,
I
a
floated
change of
where
the. We were in the same
I
boat. I
floated, but
remember.
I went on to study it on my own. I think I now get what they were talking about.
Yeah, same here. So it's a change of directions because we can now see the highest low being broken down. So if price decides to go down from here, let me use a. If price decides to break here, yes, then it will be bearish, but bearish without me. Definitely, I'm not looking to sell any Nasdaq. So until it changes direction again, we go long. That's when I'll be backing the longs. But as for now, I'm very bullish. So I'm expecting, if anything, I'm expecting um, to buy above here, above this breakout point. Yes. So that's me. I'll be waiting for that. And I think I should talk about. I think I can talk about Dow Jones. Dow Jones. I think my favorite, if you can remember. I think
I remember that.
you remember that everybody does.
And
So
and I have a question. I have a question
yeah,
before you start because I know you want to talk about the Dow Jones. Why is
yeah.
it not reacting as well as we are seeing the Nasdaq reacting?
Okay. I think these big companies. I think they really they really had a tough time actually early this quarter. So actually, I don't know. Oh, I deleted my Dow Jones watch list, but they really suffered I think last month, because I think the price action on this index is very different as compared to the Nasdaq, and as you can see, definitely the Nasdaq and SPY. So they really had a
No,
hard time last month. The sell-off was too huge as compared
no
to the
good.
others. Yeah.
So
So
my view on the same was because I was thinking, I was asking this question to myself yesterday
mhm.
night, and I came up with a few pointers. Number one, whatever is going on in the stock market right now, the buzzword or the big companies doing quite exemplary are the cheap names, the AMD, the Nvidia. The cheap names are really doing well. All the money is flowing into all these cheap names. So if you look at the Dow Jones, for me, it's just constituted of the McDonald's, the most stable companies in the US and all that, the McDonald's and all that. So they're
Yeah.
missing that component of cheap names in the Dow Jones, and this is why I think it's not as explosive If you look at the Nasdaq, the chip names populate this index quite a lot. We have the Nvidias, the AMDs that you're talking about. So basically, because tech is doing so good right now, that is why we are seeing the Nasdaq also doing quite well and flying all sorts of highs. Now compare all these indices with like something like the Russell. Now the Russell has all these small cap companies. Yeah, the small caps, and it's not a very good time for the small caps. It's not a very good time because I think we talked about the interest rates and how they're harming all these small caps because they have to depend on credit, and to them credit is quite expensive. So that again amplifies their operating expenses. So for me, that's how I see these indices.
So I think enough of the stock market. There was a
Yes.
request yesterday. We are talking too much about the stock market and sidelining these other guys. So I think I'd like you to kindly break down the DXY for us before we look at the majors.
Okay. Now there's a lot to say about the DXY. So first of all, let me just pull it up. Can I share
Yeah,
this?
sure. Please.
Okay. This is for me, and I'll start by saying this. I'm very undecided about what the DXY wants to do. So number one, yesterday was it yesterday? Yeah. Let me just look at the daily. I think yesterday we closed below the area that I was expecting. Let me just draw this up. This is the zone that, for me, was acting as resistance. If there's anything like resistance on the dollar index, so that line for me was acting as we just gapped up,
Okay.
and now we are.
I think not shared your screen. Guys are
It's not
looking
there.
at my screen.
But I think on the studio you can do the thing. Yeah, right there. Okay.
Is it up?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So again, let me just start that again. I was looking at the level I've marked as resistance on the DXY, but we are seeing it just today. It is opened above, and it's continuing to form a bit of resistance at the top. So I'm very confused as to what the dollar index wants to do. Now, if you're looking at FX pairs, we all know that. Sorry, I have two zones. We all know that the DXY is quite instrumental to how currency pairs operate. So, looking at the dollar index, we have just barely broken that 104.8 area. Let me just mark that up. We've just broken that 104.8 area. I think it's around here. This was the recent swing high right there. And it's not convincing for me. I don't see the upside so much as the downside on this on the dollar index. So yesterday I think we closed with what? Let me just check that. There. So I think we closed with something in the likes of a hammer. Let me just make it as clear as possible. I hope it's not possible. It's not clear. Sorry. So we close with something in the sorts of a hammer. And by that, I mean this kind of action here. So pulls up, breaks the resistance, the local resistance, and then just pulls down. Hammer, a rejection hammer. So this to me was an indication that, although many pundits are citing that the dollar is quite strong at the moment, I think we could see some downside dollar. Just listening to myself actually brings in more conviction that the dollar might be heading downwards, and this again restates my position that gold and some other players might be bullish. So here's a catch. So let's say that the data we get going forward points towards cooling activity. And this is why I'm expressing so much caution when dealing with FX pairs and the dollar for this matter. So let's say the data that keeps getting released points towards continued cooling activity in the US economy, and maybe, if at all, the Fed members find all the right reasons to cut rates. At that particular point, we will ideally have, a market that is of the slowdown or completely down on its knees. And even if you get there without any shocks, that is what people call a soft landing. You know, the market activity in the U.S. economy shall be quite subdued. So I'm having a lot of indecision when it comes to the dollar. I don't know where it's going to take us. I don't know if it's going up towards 106 or it's going down towards 103 for that matter. Just zooming out, there's a kind of channel that has formed, on the daily, and it's bullish, with the most recent high being the likes of 106. So is this okay? So again, this is what I was informing my bearish bias. Look at that daily channel. It was moving downwards ever since this area of 17th April. So that was at 106. So we are moving downwards. Now, what we're seeing today is that this trend has been broken, and we are pushing upwards. But looking at the resistance that I had drawn up, it was bearish channel, and then it formed quite a significant, resistance around there. But now it has been broken. This is why, again, I need to be watching out for the dollar, because I was expecting, again, since we failed to convincingly break our resistance, we are going to come back down towards the 103 level. So again, I remain quite undefined, or I don't have a defined roadmap as to where the dollar wants to take us. Some might say it's going up, some might say it's going down, but I remain, undecided on that, and until all the data comes out this week, and then we can find a clearer reading on the same. Just going back to FX pairs, I'm not so much into FX pairs at the moment. I don't trade them quite a lot, but I just have to look at them. Sometimes I take looks at them, without any entries, just to keep myself abreast with all that is going on. So one of the pairs that I'm really looking at is the Euro USD. Now, Euro USD again, the things happen. The political thing happened with France in Europe. Right now, the tensions. I think someone was hinting at Brexit. I don't know how true that is. So again, I'll go back and check what is happening. I'm not updated myself on the same. But we saw this huge sell-off. This one right here. We saw this huge sell-off here, and I was expecting that the USD was continue selling, because we have somewhat on the daily. I'm seeing somewhat a bearish channel being formed. So again, I will have taken my sales at this top. You call it a what? A top what? There's a term you have for it.
What? A spinning top?
No. When you're doing your triangles, there's that top thing that you draw. The top line. What do you call it? No.
Which one?
That line, the trend line that is at the top of the triangle. What do you call it?
The counter trend line.
Yes, the counter trend. Exactly. So I will have taken my sales there, but I've not been trading these currency pairs in the recent past, and so I did not have that in my entry. So right now, again, we've already pushed down beyond the daily, yesterday's daily. And again, I was looking for bearish signals on Euro USD, and they're panning out as expected. So again, it will be good to see if you come down from such kind of a scenario here, where we come down, touch this along the regions of this support here. Yeah, and maybe have a small bounce, depending on the economic situation, and then get back to that. If that does not happen and we have a break, so once we come down here and make that break in this shape and form, then again we can expect more bearish signals from USD. But for the moment, I think it's all bearish, given all that is happening to this pair. And with the DXY, trying to go up, I think we are well in for the sell. That is my take on the Euro USD. Are there any forex pairs that you are looking at? Because someone sent me this. Someone sent me this, and I'd like to see your opinion on the same. I think it
What?
was a GJ. Yeah, this pair. Just look at this pair. What is happening? Because it's been. I used to. By the way, I used to trade GJ for some while. I don't know what happened. I think I got a very big loss and gave up the goose. But yeah, GJ for me was a pair that I used to trade some time back, but not at the moment. Just look at that chart. What is really happening to the chart? What will you do? Would you buy? Would you sell? Someone asked me that, and I didn't have an
Uh,
answer.
Let me try dissect it from my end. Can I share my
Okay,
screen?
okay, no problem.
Okay. Definitely from the higher time frame, and from the higher time frame, the chart looks very bullish. So it means the pound is very strong as compared to the yen. That's on a weekly time frame. Let me remove this. And then when you drop down to the daily still very bullish, but you can see some the consolidations are much clear. You can see a consolidation here, and then price tries to rally up, and then it meets a very huge resistance where price goes down from there, and I think I see a setup there. So I'll just drop down to the 4 hour. To the 4 hour, I think uh, let me try and squeeze this chart a little so that I can clearly see what I'm trying to see. I want to mark out the resistance which where price reacted last time it got that high.
Okay.
So this is my resistance point, and we saw price after the last huge after the last huge retracement. I think when price approached this zone again, we can see each price chopping down, and tries to come back again and chops down. So it means it's a very strong resistance. So either there are two things: either we go down. Uh, wait, let me much better. So uh, the first higher low was beaten the last time, but price didn't move much lower than that. It just went and then came back. I think in a span of like a week, because that's a week, a couple of days actually, because I think it broke on fourth and came back then actually the next day. So when it went back inside the when it went back above the previous resistance support stand resistance now, I mean support stand resistance. So price went up and then it tested the same support and it pushed back up. So what we can see clearly, we have a floor and a ceiling. So this floor, there's a floor, a minor. I'll call this a minor floor here, and then we have a huge floor here, where which has not been tested, and I think I can use this candle to mark it out. So if price breaks the higher time frames resistance, yes, then we can see a very bullish. I think we can see the chart turning flipping very bullish, and in short, a continuation. And in my case, I have a name for it. Definitely, that's a cup and handle right there. So if you don't see the cup and handle, allow me to show you.
This is what you love doing, yeah.
Yes, this is what I always do. I know people look at me like I'm crazy, but this is my thing. I have to name everything. So
Yeah.
there goes, and then we have this handle, a very choppy handle. I don't think if my hand can fit there. So this is my handle here, and it helps me understand, and it simplifies everything for me. So if we can see a breakout above here, we can see a continuation. And since you can't work with patterns without working with SR, we have to respect what price is trying to tell us while building its structure. So we have the minor SR, the minor support and resistance here, which has been tested a couple of times. So it means it is not that strong as compared to this one. This one has been tested and from a higher time frame. So kindly let me. So we go above here, a buy. We go below here. We start looking for sales. So that's it. I think we remaining with 4 minutes for the bell, the opening bell. So I think I have to take you back to. We will come back to we will come back to the majors. I think we've just talked about the Euro USD. Later on, we'll definitely come back to majors, but
Sure,
kindly
sure,
allow me.
sure, sure.
Let's go back to the stocks, and we
Good,
have the
good.
bell coming, and the bell comes in like 4 minutes, and in like 4 minutes we can see Apple. Uh, Apple actually it's at par. Uh, there's no pre-market. It was a couple of hours ago. I checked. It was way below here, but I think we can see a substantial recovery. So and it has gone above the yesterday's close. So I think we can see. I hope it rallies. Because why I say I hope it rallies. If you can remember yesterday, I pointed out I'm waiting for Apple to trade above this zone, and if it trades above that zone, I think we yesterday we had goodies as from the conference. I think that's juice enough to take us above that. I want to talk about uh, Qualcomm. Qualcomm, the trade we were scouting yesterday, and what is happening? We have the triangle. I think its price is trading way below the way below the closing price yesterday. Uh, what am I expecting? I'm expecting a breakout to the north since we have a very bullish we have a very bullish we have a very bullish what we call a setup. So the same. I know pre-market, it states clearly that Netflix is trading below the closing price yesterday, and this is normal. Why? Because there's something. Okay, this is what constitutes for a gap up. I know very many people are afraid of gap ups, but it's a gap up because there was a previously there was a price has been traded after hours, because I think at 11 p.m. the stock market closes, and it trades for like an hour before it closes for the next day, and it opens at 11. So that what if you follow up well the after hours and the pre-markets, that and any announcements pre and after the hours, I think you can be able to tell where the gap up or gap down goes. So it's not something that it's always a shock for us. So I think that's where most of the guys who trade other assets are very afraid of. Like, what if the opening bell comes in, and then we have a gap up which uh, which blows my account up into proportions. Anyway, what happens even if you are if even if you suffer a loss of a gap down, uh, the broker most brokers I know, they will try and close it where you had to place your stop. So kindly msishtuke. It's something which happens. I think the market is open, and yeah, market is open, and we can see
Yeah, gold is
Tesla
started
playing games
to
here.
drop down. Yeah, gold is
Yes,
also tanking. I don't know, but this
even
is expected.
it was expected. We can see Qualcomm trying to test the lower trend line, and it looks bad for
Look
us.
at that.
Anyway,
Gold just held 2313 on
shows
open.
kindly shows on
Oh,
your end.
okay, okay, okay. Just put me on. I think I'm already sharing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, gold just
I think you're,
did its thing. Oh, but I
you're up on
think
my
it's
end.
just okay. So again, yeah, gold just held that. I hope it's going to hold this position because I already have a running position on gold, but it's already risk free. I think I showed that guys before that. We are holding 2313 at the moment, although this is just open. This is on the 15-minute time frame. We just close above that. I think I will count this as resistance. Sorry, as support, and look for continuation of the move upward. So if that doesn't happen, again, I was very cautious because let me just highlight this. I was very cautious of this position because of this kind of resistance that you have here. We have a huge, significant resistance at this level, and I think just touched it and rejected. So this is why I was very cautious, not taking any significant positions on the same, but just a tiny position on gold. I was very apprehensive of that level, and I think we just touched it and rejected it. So it will be interesting to see how we close today. If you close above our resistance level here, I think we might be looking at more what do you call it, bullish positioning. As this is what I mean. If today's candle can make it up here, can make it up there. Let me just change this color to green. If you make it and close above our resistance, then I'll be looking, I'll be fully confident that we might be looking at a long position on gold. But again, tomorrow is a very big day. So ideally, if tomorrow is just a normal trading day with no red folders and all that, this is what I'll be looking for: a close above that level, and maybe look for a continuation up to our recent around the areas of 2378 or so. This is, I think, was during NFP last Friday, if I'm not wrong. That was the move that happened. So I'll be looking for reversal of that move. But again, we continue to hold it on our hands because we don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. We don't know what FOC is going to bring. We don't know what CPI is going to bring and all that. So again, I'm just sitting on my hands. But at the moment, gold is holding and holding tight. Let's see if we can, keep pushing upward. That will be very good news for me. What do you have on your end as I look
We
for
have
other
a
things?
comment here on we have a comment here on Twitter, and my guy Mandy Goku is saying USD is tanking on the opening bell. So I think we
Yes,
are
this study.
US30 is tanking
Oh, you're studying.
seriously.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
it's rolling down seriously, and it's true. I
I
think
don't have that on. I think you should have it on yours. Yeah, I don't have your study.
you don't have your study. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I think the only thing which is rallying on the okay, let me share. Your stat is seriously tanking, and just like we've pointed out, it is moving against the others because we can see Nasdaq is actually moving upwards towards the trend line, like I said, and I'm taking this trade definitely if it breaks. So it's an unusual movement, like we said. I think Nasdaq. What propels the Nasdaq are mostly cheap companies as compared to the steady, the most stable companies. So yeah, we have the reason why. So yes, we have seen that. I want to go back to stocks and see what is happening. Tesla
Yeah, and a
has
big hi to
flipped.
Zach. A big hi to
Yeah,
Zach.
exactly.
Zach on YouTube. Zach on Twitter. Zach Seal on Twitter. Thanks so much for sharing the link to the live stream. And yeah, I think we met Zach. We met Zach. Was
Yeah,
it last week?
very much. Yeah, the SMC
Yeah,
guy.
he's a yeah. I think he taught us a lot. I think he taught us how to use the church thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
or was it?
that's I
Okay,
think
continue.
today the market is flashing. Actually, the market is flashing. Apart from Apple, let me just see what Apple has done. I think today is the day Apple is reacting the way it is. it is reacting to the news after the news. So I think we can see a huge upside, but the rest of the market is really rolling down. So Qualcomm is down, down, down. I think it just reacted to the lower trend line, and then Netflix is still on the same, but I think it has recovered well. So I can see Tesla. Tesla is going down, 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 down. I'm even canceling my pending position on Tesla. Let me just do it right now. Yeah,
Oh, it's already
for me
broken.
to
It's
have.
already broken that level.
It has
It's
broken
broken the
down,
level.
so yeah, it has broken the level. Yeah, it has broken here. So uh, we'll see. We'll see you next time. I don't think this is the best week to trade on to trade Tesla, and then dropping down to JP Morgan. JP Morgan, the setup I had scouted yesterday, I had spotted yesterday, broken down to, I think the banking stocks have said no. Same here, the GS. Actually, before I go on, there's one stock that somebody referred to me before the bell, and on the higher time frame is doing very, very good. So
Oh, Tesla is down almost 2%. Oh, Tesla is
what
almost
what
down
what
2%.
two
Tesla is
percent?
moving down. It's almost
Coinbase is
2%.
actually Coinbase is -5, so it's bad. It's bad, bad, bad everywhere.
If
Everywhere is
Coinbase is
bad,
down,
bad.
is crypto down? Is crypto down?
Come
Oh,
again?
yeah, crypto is down.
The crypto is
If
down. Yeah.
Coinbase is
So
down, then crypto must be
crypto is
down.
down. Yeah, sure.
It's
Even
good.
GameStop is down six point something percent. So it's bad. So this is what I was. This is what I'm looking at. This is Intuit. Intuit is a software developer. I think if you know QuickBooks, this is a parent company of QuickBooks. So
Yeah,
as you can see here,
yeah, into QuickBooks.
Intuit QuickBooks, and here we can see a counter trend line here. So I was arguing that price is moving down, and we can see a consolidation now, and the consolidation, and we might see a support. This a very good support here, where we can hope price sustains this bounce back from here, and if it bounce back, we have a continuation pattern above this counter trend line. So I'm very bullish on this, and I'm really waiting for this flip. And if it flips, I think I'll be ready to buy above here. So it's a waiting game. It's a waiting game. So Apple is still doing very good. I don't know why I don't have an Apple. I don't know why I don't have an Apple trade right now. But I think after breaking this resistance, where Apple right now is testing that resistance, I hope it breaks it. But if we go down, let me see a very interesting name. We cannot talk about stocks if you don't talk about Nvidia right now. And Nvidia right now, it's green. It's actually one of the only green tickers today. Uh, I think we can go through the green tickers today, and nothing much is happening. I think even if it's a green, it's a very small push up, and we can also see Google. I don't want to overstay there on Nvidia. So for Google, we can go back to what we call the hourly. And for the hourly, we can see a very good setup here. And thank God we have a triangle here. And my having not traded for having not spotted a setup which is very promising of late. I think this is very promising as for Google. So Alphabet, I'm looking for Alphabet. If it breaks here, I think I can be placing my buy stops above here. So uh, kindly, if you don't mind, Jesse,
Yes. Yeah.
Jesse, can you take over from I want you to analyze Amazon as I place my stops. Okay, let me just place my. Let me show you the criteria which I'll be using to trade this Alphabet. So definitely, I told you I'll estimate my trough low to high. So there it is. That's my opportunity. and then transferable here after the break. So here will be my entry after the breakout. This will be my exit, and then I'll flex, not really flex. uh, let me just use this. And I think I had a question. I asked this question: how you guys come up with your entries and RR, and it was a huge contestation. That was, I think, last quarter, sometime last quarter. So I don't want to ask that question again because everybody sees what I'm doing right now. But clearly, mine, I first start with my entry and then my exit on the TP side. Then I come back for my stop loss. I estimate how much I can bleed. So I'm willing to bleed up to this area. This area, this my area. This will be my exit. So I'll make this drop down to here. So ac- uh, actually, Jesse, kindly pull
Yes.
up your Amazon. I want you to dissect Amazon as I'm placing this buy stop on
Yeah.
on my
Before I get to
MT4.
Amazon, before I get to
Uh,
Amazon,
okay.
something quite interesting is happening. So markets are open, red numbers, but not
Yeah.
shouting red. It's just 0.113 right now. 0.12 it's trying to recover back. Uh,
Kindly share your
yeah,
end.
the losses.
Please share your end.
Yeah, I think it's already shared. You just have to. Yeah,
Yeah, sure. I can
thank
see
you.
it. I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, so Nasdaq down 0.12%. I think crypto. That is why you talked about Coinbase. Crypto is down 3%, for almost 4%. That is Bitcoin. For me, crypto I think is Bitcoin. I don't have any other ticker
Same,
on the
same here.
cryptos.
Same here.
Yeah, so Bitcoin is down 3.7%. That is why I think Coinbase was reacting the way it does. Gold started off with a sell-off, but now we have recovered. We're still holding 2313, and I think this is the indication that that level will hold. Hopefully, it holds for us, and so that we can come up and extend our position that we already have. I think already risk free on the trade. I think I showed this before, and I'm hoping that we still continue to hold this level that is 23.12, and hopefully move on and break the current resistance, which stands at 23.20. So again, we'll be watching out to see what happens on that ticker. Nvidia started out slow, but now it's recovering. It's going green, and I guess the market is going to follow the same. Although you already have red names, you have Tesla, Oxy is already red, and other tickers. So again, it's interesting. Nvidia has just recovered. I think we are into 15 minutes into market open, and we are not seeing. We are seeing Nvidia holding that yesterday's lows, which were at 118. So again, this is a very good indication that this company wants to go up, wants to do well. The share price wants to show us more green, and I think we can expect more green from the same. If Nvidia breaks out at 123, I think I'll be looking for positions on the same, because that is a pretty significant level on Nvidia. This again trading after the share split, and it's waiting for it at 123 will make a lot of sense for me. So if you can break 123 today on Nvidia, I'll be looking for long positions on the same. But at the moment, I'm just sitting on my hands, doing nothing as we wait for the next minutes or so. I think already 15 minutes into market open. And for me, I just like to let everything cool down, let the market, sway this way and that way, and then find structures along the way, find positions or levels that you can make your trade on. And for now, I think I'll just keep waiting until I can find a level on Nvidia and maybe take an intraday trade on the same, because I like the name. I like how the price is acting at these levels. I like all the bars that is around the name, and I'm sure that investors are likely to be coming in at this time. So again, maybe look for intraday entries above 123, but for the moment, I don't have a level that I can go off of. What's happening on your end?
Okay, definitely a lot. But I remember today we're having GameStop releasing their physicals report for Q1. So I think something to watch. But talking of the ticker is 6% down for the day. So it is bad. It is bad 6% of the day. So I think on my watch list I can see the only green tickers are one, two, Apple, Netflix, Nvidia, Google, and Shopify. Only the rest, the market is crying. I want to see. Let me share my screen so that you can see what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm saying the only green tickers, as you can see, definitely it's Apple, Nvidia, Google, and Shopify only. I think Netflix has turned red too, so but it's not doing bad as well. I think it is doing pretty good. Yeah, we're still waiting for that setup to break out. So I think I want to go back. I'm interested to see what Nasdaq is doing right now. So Nasdaq was up a moment ago, but it's tanking too. Everything is flashing. The market is flashing. What could be the reason the market is flashing? What was on your end? What do you think is the reason the market is tanking? Guys, why is the market
I mean,
tanking?
I don't know, man. But Tesla is already down 2.3% on the day.
Yeah,
I think everyone is just waiting for tomorrow. There's a I don't think anyone is willing to make all these big moves until we have clear direction tomorrow. But
yeah,
all this, the market is down. It's tanking, but we have seen the market do even bigger numbers than 0.4%. So I think if you are falling down to around 1%, then you can also expect the likes of Nvidia to be falling just to follow the market trend. But Nvidia has shown us that it can be resilient to other names on the Nasdaq. I think we already at yeah, we are rejecting we are rejecting 123 on the on Nvidia, and if Nvidia is tanking, and if we break the 120 going downwards, I think the market will follow suit, and we'll see a bigger drop past the 0.5% that we are currently playing with. So again, you remember Reddit? I think I took this one.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
Show
as
me
one
what
of
you're looking at on Reddit. I'm very
my Reddit.
curious too. Yeah, you're Reddit. I think you're the one of the few people I know who bought Reddit during the
Yeah,
IPO after immediately after the IPO. Let me show me your chart actually.
yeah, I want
RDD.
to.
Let me see. Let me
Yeah,
see.
I think it's loading up. Just
Yeah.
let's give it some time to do that. Yeah, yeah, it is. So let me just take you back to the higher time frame to show you what has been happening on this stock. It's a very interesting stock. I've never held a stock from IPO, and this is was my first try on. It's worked out quite well. So what happened is immediately we had the IPO, we had this spike up followed by a rejection, which is expected because no one knows what is going to happen, and then really
Sure.
just caught fire and just spiked up. I think we were at from 44, we came up to 74 on the stock, and I think there's a lot of profit taking from the early sellers at this point, just to reload, and we saw this sell off until you got to a critical point at 36. Now at 36, I added on to my position. Remember that I position on the I think it was the second day or so. So I kind of took my position at 44, and once we got to this level, and then we started, coming back, and then we got to entry, small rejection, and then we blew that. No, once we blew past that, I was confident in the name, and I've been confident ever since. Still holding on to the position. Now we are frankly doing better. Well, at 59-ish or so. So I think I'll hold it down. I think I've trailed my stops to around. I think my stops are at 50-ish. I think they were 50 last time I checked. 50-ish because I really don't want this thing breaking 54, because if you break down 54, you might be coming lower, and I don't want it back to come back to entry. I just want this thing to go if wishes or horses, but all these things to rally up good in the coming years. So yeah, that's the Reddit position.
What is your fundamental buy? What is your
Sorry.
fundamental conviction on on buying Reddit right
My
now?
conviction was it was not as profound as I will with the likes of Nvidia and all this, looking at earnings and all that. But Reddit was a pretty good. Reddit is quite. I would say it's stable because you're a member of Reddit, right?
Yeah,
And you're no, it does not compare with these other social media. It does not compare with Meta platforms. It does not compare with the likes of
what
Instagram. It's unique in its own way. So that
what
uniqueness for me, yes.
kidogo, let me cut you short kidogo. I think would you say you're buying a low on a social media stock?
No, definitely, because I
Because
know there were, yeah, there
when you
were,
compare to the others, the others are way past. I think we are talking about the below hundreds, and if you look at Meta and the rest, I think they performing very well. Meta is actually at
that is
400.
that is why I say the upside, because I don't know what is they're going to do with all this money coming into their company,
Okay.
being listed and all that. I don't know what is going to happen to them. So that is one of the reasons I took up this stock. And number two, it was just a play on to see how an IPO reacts and all that. If I just wanted to test the waters of an IPO, I would have taken my profit at 74. But once we got there, saw a huge sell-off, added on onto it. Added on Nvidia when it was it 1997 or 1999? All of us wish,
1999, when I was a kid.
yeah, yeah, all of
So
us we bought
where were
at the
you?
time.
Where were you 99 when Nvidia was way below there in
I
the
was
20s?
still a kid, somewhere running around, yeah, playing all this.
Uh,
But we all wish that we did that in 1999. Same to the Bitcoin people who wish that we all wish that we bought Bitcoin. It was around $100 or so. So again, I've never done that. I've never looked at a chart and saw that I was right there when it was IPOing, and I'm right here at this point. So Reddit was that for me. It's just testing the waters to see how it all pans out. So yeah, that was just it for me. There's nothing major about it.
I think you can see some recovery on gold. Can you go to your gold chart and look what is happening?
Yeah, it's fairly inching up, but
Yeah,
yeah, I think we've been at this level before, and we are still not breaking. We are still not breaking resistance. I think we just tested the 15-hour support right here. If I can show you that to you, we just retested that 15-minute support. Just formed some kind of support around there. We can see all these wicks, the rejection wicks at the bottom. And yeah, I just want gold to come test this resistance again and maybe blow past it. Because without that, we might be, just lagging behind until everyone will just be waiting for the news, because we won't see any much action on the same. So at the moment, nothing is major happening. We just retested the support on the 15-minute level. We are yet to really test 2320, because a real test of that level will show us will show us how the markets are feeling. Do they feel like taking some risks before the news, or is everyone just chilling in their homes, just waiting for tomorrow? Yeah, so that's what I have on my end. I don't know what you have on yours.
on my end, I think I can call this week a very emotional week. I think today we might, but uh, evidently we are having a red day on the stock market. So
Yes.
everything is rolling down. It's
Talking of that, Nvidia is just broken. It was green for a moment. Now we are rolling back. We are almost at a
we are
percentage
down,
down. Yeah, yeah, we are down. We are red.
almost a percentage down.
Yeah,
What? Oh, we are half a percentage down. Actually, over
yeah,
half a percent.
over half a percentage down. I think this is the market will tank more if Nvidia is also tanking. So I think,
But
sorry.
I think the best performing stock today it's Apple, and if guys didn't react the way we reacted yesterday to the stock, I think we should be above the resistance level today. But
Guys, you guys just saw the news. I think
guys,
yeah,
every day during news, anything about Apple, watu wako na mbaya mbaya. They don't like seeing Apple doing anything, but until Apple does anything, that's when we I think uh, the sector will acknowledge something has happened. But anyway, they really introduced some cool stuff, but we can really see a huge test of it. Let me show you what I'm looking at. We can see
Okay.
a deeper test of the resistance point. So let me go back here. I think we are now testing the higher high candle. The last all time high candle is being severely tested now. So if we can go above that, I think the party can begin. Yeah, the party can begin there. And if you're bold enough, like I am, I think I'll take a swing from there immediately. I don't want
Oh,
even to see a retest.
on the break. You're taking it on the
Yes,
break.
this time round I'm taking it from the break.
Well, yeah,
I
because
feel
yeah,
giddy.
you are
I feel
guy.
giddy. I feel giddy.
Yeah, you like continuation patterns. But for me,
Yes,
you know me, I
yes.
love
But
the retest. Yes.
okay, retest. I
I
think
know
I'll take it.
we might not get it. We might not get it on Apple. These days, I think a retest is it's just the faintest touch. Yeah, it's just a faint move down. But so that's why, yeah. But I'll still wait for a retest, and I don't take it on the break because maybe I take it intraday, but not as a swing position.
But
For the swing
I think it's much better if you just wait for a clean break. Hopefully a volume back to break and then a confirmation above there, because I think something to be cautioned about. It's because the market is red, super red today. So you don't know how guys will react to
exactly.
just
That is why.
out.
Yeah.
So the rest of
That,
the market
that,
can decide if everything is going down, Apple will not go down without us. So you have a good point. Definitely, I think it's better we wait for a clean break, hopefully a retest, and a confirmation that price is ready to trade above that resistance level. But I feel very excited. At least we're seeing how long is this? I think a couple of months, because the first time we tested this zone, it was back in July last year. So we retested again back in December. So yes, these are very uncharted. These are very good. These are very good price zone where if you go above that, I think the party can officially begin. So very excited for this. Very
well,
super
and
excited.
Apple is just is ignoring all the noise that is happening in the market. Tesla is in the noise. I think Tesla was down. Was it three
Way in
percent?
the noise. 3%, 3.82. 3.28. Wow, it's
Whoa,
looking bad.
whoa, whoa.
Look at that.
So
Look at that. Can you
yes,
see my chart? It has
I
really
can see.
broken down. Even point B is broken down. So
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, yeah.
nothing to smile about there. So
I think it's already gone. It's gone.
it's gone.
It's
Super,
gone.
super
It's
good.
gone.
So
But
I don't know.
if intraday, if it recovers to around VWAP, or I think VWAP is the only indicator I use, but only applies to stock. So if it
Kindly
comes
show
down,
us how you use view up. Kindly, if you don't
oh
mind.
no, no,
Let's let's
my chart is
was
not
there?
loaded yet. No, it's not loaded
Please,
yet. No, it's
please
not
do
loaded.
share.
I think it's loading. Okay, I'll show you how I do that.
So before that, I think I told you about Palantir, and yesterday I told you about Palantir, and I have something little about Palantir. Palantir, I think it's a not. I think I know it's a software. It's a software company, or software-based company with all of the customers. Palantir only services the U.S. government, especially the intelligence side of the government, the the military, and whatnot. But we know the founder of Palantir is Peter Thiel. So where do you know Peter Thiel from? I think the Nini Mafia, the PayPal Mafia, and the PayPal Mafia. These guys were huge, and Elon Musk is one of the PayPal Mafia guys. So
True.
uh, I think that was the best. That was the best. Innovate the best time. I think last we've seen the innovative minds of this world. So not really innovating art. I think I can say inventive here, but uh, so Peter Thiel is the one who founded Palantir, and being a software company, I think it's a very cheap. It's one of the cheapest AI companies you can back. Uh, it definitely cash flow problems is very unlikely because they're being financed by the government. So that's my one selling point why I prefer Palantir to the other stocks, the other Akina Supermicro computers and whatnot, um who, which as compared, like right now, Supermicro computers is 772 as compared to Palantir, which is only $22. So unaweza enda pale, you can buy a few shares and hold it for fuller for longer. Anyway, is your chart back up?
Um, Not yet. Okay. Just, I wanted to ask a question. What does Qualcomm do? What kind of business is Qualcomm involved in?
Okay, Qualcomm.
As you,
I mean,
as your Apple breaks.
as my Apple breaks, you've seen what I've done there. So as my Apple
Yeah.
breaks, I think not. I think I know Qualcomm. Qualcomm is in the mini space, the conductors space, and yeah, in the conductor space and also software. Let me let me double down on that. Kindly give me some.
Okay. So
If you are
so
talking.
they're in the same business as the Nvidias and the AMDs of
Yeah,
this
the
world.
Nvidias and the like. Yeah, sure. So
Yeah. So
their products,
semiconductors. That's what
semiconductors to
yes.
be to and oh, before we started this, for semiconductors, we've seen Huawei struggling because I think the wameshindwa to get some of the materials from the US. So they're
Is
really
it because of
struggling. It's
is that
because
because
of
of
the war. It's because of Taiwan.
oh right. So
It's
no
because of
more
Taiwan.
no
So
semiconductors for you.
yeah, India, see, it's in short, it's like sanctions. The US imposed sanctions on them. So it's unfortunate we have not managed to address the 7nm issue. The reality is we couldn't introduce advanced manufacturing equipment due to the US sanctions, and need to find ways to effectively utilize the 7M semiconductors. So that's the CEO who's saying that. So and it imepata markets off guard. So definitely wanapitia and remember remember they were working with Qualcomm back then. So and now, as you know, Qualcomm is one of them. I think so. Is Qualcomm a US company? Yes. So
Oh,
so Huawei is suffering. I really like Huawei. I think two of my last cell phones were a Huawei. I also own a Huawei right now, but it's very devastating to see that. So I think we are experiencing an all-time high, if I'm not wrong. Yes, we have an all-time
that's on Apple.
high. We have an ETH on Apple, and I wish we had the dancing music and everything here. Uh, I think we should have that. We
We'll
should
get
have
those
that.
soon. We'll get those.
It's,
We will
uh,
definitely get. I need.
it's
I need
very
to be
exciting.
pressing. But I
Some
need to be
buttons here.
pressing. Yes,
So
and it looks really looks like The Apple lovers are really loving whatever Tim Cook said to them yesterday. I don't know, this bunch of Apple lovers, they love everything that Apple brings to them. If it's a new earphone, or they call it earpods or whatever they call them, they really love it. So it looks like they're really loving whatever was happening yesterday. Maybe they really love the AI that is integrated into their phones, and that is why you're seeing all this bullishness. But really, this company,
Going back
yeah,
up,
it's resilient. Yeah,
we can see
it's resilient.
we can see some green everywhere. I think we have a green on Netflix. We have a green back on Nvidia. We have some green
NVIDIA,
on Google and Meta. So I think the market is recovering kidogo. What else? You were talking about Apple. Apple, I think they just waited for the naysayers to sell off yesterday. They sell the news yesterday, and then they came in full force. They came in full force after the bell and the pre-market kidogo. So this is nice. This is very nice. All-time high.
I want them to break it and retest. Once they retest, I'll be in it, like
You will
swimwear,
be in.
like
Nice.
swimwear. Yes. So
Welcome to my world.
I like it. I like it because the Nvidias are not giving me um, any chance to grab something. But we might be seeing that. But at the moment, yeah, I think I'll be
I
riding
think
the
the
Apple.
market is too emotional. This week, the market is too emotional, having very good, very big numbers. We're waiting for CPI, we're waiting for FOMC, and yeah, a couple of conferences and the earnings report we are waiting for towards the end of the week. So I think the investors are they're very emotional and very afraid to play. That's why we are not seeing huge rallies and whatnot. So I think the best way is to wait and be very cautious. If you have to if you have to take any opportunity, you should be very careful so you don't have to so that you cannot uh, eh, don't have a risk. If anything, cut your risk to an ultimum low. Uh, we just wait. The secret about the market is waiting. You sit on your hands, wait, sit by the window, watch the market, uh, wait and wait. I think we can go back to FX. We can see what the news, what the we can
Yeah,
see
and
what
just
the yeah.
some a bit of housekeeping. I think tomorrow we might be holding a space on FOMC. That is when the news are coming out, right? If I'm
Yes,
not wrong.
immediately after the announcement, we'll take a small. I think we'll take like 30 minutes of your time, you guys. We talk about what the print was said, what we interpret the print, and then hopefully, if you want to stay longer, we can even join. We can wait for Powell to we can listen in on the Powell remarks together. So yeah, yes, we can do that.
Yeah,
We can really.
yeah. Something related to that. I think where there's an ongoing trading competition.
Yeah.
Right now, I think you can see some QR code on your screen. If you would like to join the contest, you can quickly just grab the QR code, and yeah, you register for the contest. I think there's some dollars up for grabs, and yeah, I think we'll be announcing the winners. And we'll have some event for the winners this coming end of month. Yeah, so feel free to join the competition. See what other guys are doing, just view other strategies, interact with the top traders. And again, we'll be having all these top guys coming in to teach us what they do on the markets and how they strategize all their trades. So feel free to join in. I think if you follow us, you can catch up with the community, see where we are headed as a community, find out the links over there. Yeah, and basically just have fun trading. I think it should be fun as much as we should be not be taken with any lack of seriousness. But trading should be fun for you. So if you're that kind of guy, just get into the competition and show us what you got.
Okay, about the competition, Jesse. Uh, we noted something very interesting about the competition. when we were at the event, and I think I told you about what happened, what we observed, and if you can you remember what I told you?
Yeah, yeah, I remember it
What
very
did I
well.
comment?
You said that traders are quite ordinary individuals. Like you will walk past a trader on the streets and you will not know that these guys are traders.
Yes, that was my observation. I think what I noted. Okay, some traders are flashy, but most of them are very they are not they are very ordinary people, and you cannot even tell that these guys know all this much by just looking at them. So something to think about. But join the competition. I think it's a way to interact on a skill based level, and I think that's a very good platform to for you to know each to know one another as traders. I know most of you don't go out a lot, and only if you have interacted with each other, it's only on Twitter or something. So there will be events. I think bi-weekly we will be having some small events, and the awards event. Come join us. Come know each other. Come learn from each other. So enough about that, and we can go to the markets. We see what is happening. And I see the DXY is okay. What can you see on your end? I think you've shared your chat. Uh, Currently
So,
on
so it's
receive.
just, yeah, I think we can get rid of the QR. Is it gone already? The QR code?
Yeah, the QR is gone.
Oh, good, good, good. So on my end, I think I'm still in my goal position, still holding support.
Oh, you've not been
Yeah.
taken out.
No, 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 no. I had my stop losses in profit. I think I'm already in profit. That is the stop loss is already in profit.
Okay.
If no one knows what I'm talking about, I think that means that
Your
I've,
chat is not that clear on my end, so
oh,
I don't know. But it's okay. You can go on.
I think it's my internet which is a bit laggy. So maybe you can just share yours for the sake of yeah,
Yeah, you want me to share my gold chat?
yeah, just share whichever chat you want to share. I'll just be talking out because I
Okay.
think I'm having an issue on my end with the internet.
Uh, okay. On my end, I think we talked about EU, and
Yeah,
like I said, I think I can go down technical kidogo, and on the technical bit, I think we're seeing other central banks are cutting rates, and I mean fundamental kidogo. We can see other central banks are cutting rates, and cutting rates means something. Let me try and explain it to you. So why your central bank is imposing rates? It's because of one thing. They want to control the money supply, and if they are increasing rates, it means the money supply is too high, and they want to encourage people to invest in their treasury markets. So and investing in the treasury markets it means that the liquidity outside there, the money supply will reduce, and if it reduces, I think we can see what for the currency what will happen. I think the supply will be lower and the demand will be higher, and that means your currency will go up. So in this case, let's talk about the USD. The USD, it means it is appreciating because because the, the central bank, the Fed, have decided to hike the interest rate. So looking at the other way around, we look at the Swiss franc and everything. What has happened? They are cutting rates, and when cutting rates, it means that when cutting rates, it means that the liquidity, like it will be cheaper for businesses to borrow. So when you're hiking, it means it will be very expensive to have that extra. You cannot easily get a loan. But this time around, it means that if the interest rates are being cut, it means that the bonds and the treasury bills are not looking that attractive, and nobody wants to invest there, and they prefer investing in anything else or even spending as opposed to to investing in the long term, in the long term securities. So what happens, the supplies, the supply of the money is at least imeongezeka there is a lot of money in the flowing in the economy, and the demand, let's say it stays the same the way it was before. It means what? It means that the value of the shilling, the dollar, the whatever the currency, it will depreciate. So what is happening right now is the value of US dollar will go up, and you will see each and every sovereign, each and every bank backed currency which they are cutting rates, they will go down. So I think that's evident, and you can see what is happening. You can see what is happening. I know Swiss franc, they did the nini. I'm sorry for that. I know Swiss they did cut their rates, and you can see it's evident. The dollar is really gapping up from the sell off of the hikes. The eh, we are reacting the way I have told you guys. So, what is happening? Before, when I told, I think earlier this year, I had commented something, a little bit of something on DXY, and it was reacting differently because the market was still hiking. I mean, the Fed was still high, the rates are still high because they're not hiking. They have been pausing for since I think the fourth quarter, but with the high interest rates and the other central banks still hiking, uh, affects in general the foreign exchange. It entered a confusion phase, and the confusion phase was because everybody was speculating who's gonna cut first, and it was haywire. And that's why kulikuwa na those ranges, and it was very hard to sell the DXY. Why sell the DXY and the rates are still high, and we don't have any talk of cutting any rates? So that brings me to the point that if you're not cutting your rates, why am I selling? If you're not cutting your rates, why am I selling off your currency? So the rest is just speculation. I think the main event when I'm trading, the main event when I'm trading FX, I like it to be the interest rate announcements. The rest are just ripples. So that's my submission. Jesse, please see how it is on your end, but I think we would like to see one of your charts as I go
Yeah,
back to the store.
I'm still seeing problems with my internet, but I'm fixing that in the moment. Just give me a couple of
Oh, we have a
minutes.
surprise here. GameStop is up 4.67%. That's a wow. It was down at some point. I think I mentioned it was down like 6%. Ooh, that's a huge turn. And I think Rolling Kitty is the most happy right now. Yeah. Wow, this is huge. So, what I did yesterday and today also, I told you I can't do much about the GameStop price. What I can just do, I can just add the counter trend line and wait for price to go break there. If not, I don't think there is anything good I expect from GameStop. But I don't want to say it's bullish. I'll just say I'll just wait for price to break there. We can see Netflix turning green also. So I know everything is slow this week. That's why you don't have any trade placed right now. I think I felt giddy yesterday, and I risked some Qualcomm, which didn't break well. So it just started, and then as you can see there, it was on and off on my end. So we'll just wait. So what I can do here, because it's still we just tested the low, I extend my point D because it's the same zone, and then close all the price. So that's what we do on this side. On classicals, what we are looking for consolidations. And if we get a faker outside the setup, what we do, we enclose any price which is out of the out of the bounds. So I have just shifted my point D from here, as you can see, and I pushed it this side from the fake out. Now we don't have anything lagging outside, and I can still use the same breakout point as yesterday, and I'm ready to play that. So let's see what will happen. So I'll still use the same entries, the same everything. Uh, on this other side, I don't know if we had a clear break. We traded above the resistance point, above the resistance point of Apple, and I think uh, I'm very tempted, but let me just move away from that chart. I don't want to make a mess of myself. Jesse,
Would you go for an Apple trade when Nasdaq is red on the day?
yeah, come again.
Would you go for an Apple trade when the Nasdaq is red on the day?
But then, okay, hey, I wouldn't. It's too risky.
Too
But
risky, right?
hey, it's funny thing. The Nvidia is turned red again. I think I saw it
Reddit already turned green. It's already around 1.7 green.
1.7.
Yeah, yeah, 1.7 green, and yeah, Apple. I think it's around 3.3% around there.
Okay.
Yeah, not much to report on. Gold is still doing the same dance. We're still holding support at 23.13.
I think a very unlikely. I'm sorry. Let me interject this. I think a very unlikely ticker
Yeah,
has started green today. I think we can see Shopify has been green since. And if you can remember yesterday, I talked about this yesterday. We we,
okay,
we, we, we pointed out this chart yesterday, and
okay.
we enclosed it on a bound on this channel. And I told you guys that there was a huge gap down on the earnings day back in May, and the price, if price is recovering right now, it is testing the gap, and that's what has happened. I think price today just tested the gap down, and it tested the gap down, and it is now looking to go down. Uh, or my hope, or what I expect, if we are following, if price is willing to follow this channel, I think we can see price rally towards the upper trend line. So we can wait and see. But it's surprisingly one of the green tickers of the day. So something to watch out for. Uh, Jesse, you had something to say? I'm sorry I interjected.
Yeah, the reason I was asking about would you take that Apple trade, the buy when the market is red, is because usually when the market is red, like a day like today, it's not overly red. It's just over. Let me just check that. It's over just a 0.15 percentage red. But on a day like let's say the market was down around 1%, this is the day that I would be usually looking for, names that are good in the market that, are also weak on the day, and I see more downward potential on the same. So again, Apple is an outlier because the market is down, but Apple is up 3.4%. But this is again, I think it's a reaction to the reaction that we saw yesterday. It is a
Yeah,
reaction to the
definitely.
same
Yes. Yeah.
kind of thing. Yeah. So that kind of strength, I think I'll take it on a good day. On a good day when the market is green, showing some signs of strength. But it is coming back up. I think we're at 0.10% right now, 0.10%. It is,
For us.
yeah, it's coming back to that open kind of price. I think we opened at 19,000 or so. So again, I think it's coming back up there. So again, we are retesting this view up bounce that I was talking about. If you can kindly just let me just share my screen now. I think I
Yeah,
was
sure. Please.
yeah, yeah.
And if any one of you has any questions, kindly our DMs, but I prefer the go below that our stream on Twitter. Kindly comment your question, what you want us to see analyze, and yeah, we can do a dive on that. So we'll be here trying to answer any question the best way we can. And thank you for the guy who who I think spotted US 30 tanking, thinking.
Yeah,
Uh,
sure.
Mandigoku. So if you have any question, if you want us to analyze anything, but the market is slow, we don't have any entries. So we're just waiting and hoping for we can see anything happening.
Yeah,
A very
also feel free to give us your ideas, your trading ideas, because we might
yeah,
not
sure.
exhaust it. Yeah, we are watching so many things at one time. So you
At
tell
a
us
go,
what is
yeah.
happening. Yeah, and maybe we look at it and see if you can make a trade or so. So again, I was talking about this. So the
Yeah.
Nasdaq was tanking. We came down to 18,960 around there. Uh, this is the level. We came down there. We just this was the first minutes of trading, and then we're now seeing a recovery, a huge rejection on the Nasdaq, and now we seem to be retesting this VWAP level. So VWAP is just an indicator. It shows you the average volume in the market that day. So again, we just came to retest it. On the first go, we rejected it, but now we're blowing past the VWAP. I think it's is the blue line visible, or can I change the color? I think it's visible, right?
It is visible. It's okay.
Good, good. So that is my VWAP line. I think it differs because we use different brokers, different price quotes and all that. So right now we're blowing past VWAP. We're coming for the opening price. And if this market is turning green, if it wants to turn green, then it has to come up here and break, first of all, the day's highs, which is 19,076. And then I'll be looking for an entry maybe if we convincingly break that level. So maybe I'll be looking to know, Apple is quite strong on the day. It's almost at 4%. And if the market wants to go green, then it will add more juice to the Apple trade. I think, Walter, yeah. I think it
Wow.
will also, yeah,
Finally,
it will also.
you're above the resistance point. So
Exactly. We are moving above it. You came up, broke it, retested it.
you're above 200. For the first time, you're above 200.
We're above 200 now. So these
Yeah.
are the areas that I'll be looking for that Apple trade. But the market has to come to show me its strength, that it has the potential to break this level, or which is the day's high. If you can go green on the market, turn red into green, then I'll be looking for maybe an intraday position on Apple, which is because it's one of the strongest names. But for that, again, we just broke 200. I think we're already at 200, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
272.
my side, yeah, 200. So maybe the market turning green for me will be a good sign that I can go long on Apple. Maybe look for positions maybe on the lower time frames on the 5 minutes, because on the 5 minutes we broke it, retested, and then tested that resistance, and now we are convincingly breaking above. So if the market wants to go green, because I'm not so convinced that Apple will take out, which again I might be wrong, but I don't think it can go. It's already 4% up right now, which is a bit overstretched for me. So I'll look for an entry when things cool off, maybe in the afternoon, not in the Kenyan afternoon, but New York time in the afternoon when things cool off and we see a
Towards
retracement
the top.
yeah, a retracement in the name. So maybe around the VWAP area, when you retrace back to maybe the VWAP area, which is, let me just point that for anyone who does not know what that means. So if you come back to test this line, if we come back to test this line here on the lower time frame, when the market is already turning green, so the ideal position will be a green market, showing me that today the market wants to go green, and then Apple just comes back to retest that level. Whether I think the VWAP will be by the time we're getting to there, VWAP will be around
Will be around
the
there.
retest. Yeah, it will be around the retest level of that resistance. So that is why maybe I'll be looking for an intraday position, just taking it back from the VWAP area to around whatever high will have made there. So
Hey,
yeah,
blue
that's
skies, my friend. I think you should go to 2020. That's a clean $20 to that hiyo naweza kuchocha my friend.
yeah.
That one
Apple,
is blue skies. Blue
Apple is going
skies. If
in.
you get that entry there's nothing on your left. Eh,
Yeah,
there's nothing on your
clean.
left. You can go to 2020.
Wow, wow. So yeah, whoa, look at the daily. It's whoa.
Sindio, I told you we are having an all-time high. So it's very clear on your left.
Yeah. So also all
And
time
let's
highs are. That is why I'm very cautious about it because we just brought in a
ah
very chill level,
as long as
and it's
as long as long as you're riding risk free, what is there to be afraid of?
yeah,
Ride
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Eh,
All right, all right.
Ride
So
it.
what?
You know, so I'm not afraid of holding for a long time.
Yeah, 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 I get that.
Yeah, that's just me. Yeah.
Nvidia is already red again. Was it green today?
Eh,
I don't think it's green.
it was green some point of the day, then
Red.
it's now back. I think uh, talking about GameStop is back red, and we can't talk about the meme stocks if we are not talking about AMC. AMC actually is performing better than GameStop. AMC is up 3.661%. Same price action with GameStop. If you don't mind me sharing, but we're coming back to you. So prepare for your next chat. So
Okay.
let me share the GameStop one, and this is what I'm looking at on. I'm not really GameStop. This is what I'm looking at on something called the AMC. The AMC, the same, the actually a replica of GameStop. I think we saw earlier GameStop, and unlike GameStop, I think it's higher. It's higher with 3.82%. For GameStop, it's I think now it has just turned red. It is negative 0.22%. So uh, nothing major, but one is performing better than the other. So I think Jesse, can you take over, or can I talk about Amazon? Let me see what Amazon is doing before I give you. Amazon is still in the same bracket we were talking about yesterday. And if Apple is doing good, this is a Mag 7, my friend. If we break above that high, if we break above this high, the same way we saw with Apple, I think you have all the right to feel very giddy and take that trade. Uh, I won't advise anybody to take it right now, but I think it's better if you can have a good confirmation above here, above breaking this resistance, so that you can ride with at least you can ride with that with confidence. You can ride the chart with confidence, the price with confidence. So I think there is huge upside on that, and my God, Apple is going and going and going. We're 4.1, 4.1.
That thing is a
This is
rocket. That thing is moving.
it's a rocket.
That thing is
Wow.
moving.
Ripping up. It's ripping, ripping, ripping. Wow.
Yeah,
This
the thing
next.
about the market, I think the reason why the market is not moving as we expected is because we are at a very critical point. We remember we
Yeah.
are near the time highs on the Nasdaq, fresh
Yeah.
new highs. Yeah, so I think we have some headwinds in the market right now, and I think that's why we are seeing some kind of weakness in it. We are yet to break 19,079. So we're just playing about that level. We already broken the VWAP or the weighted volume line. So again, I think we might be turning green, but we have some very heavy headwinds in front of us. If we are to break up the recent highs on the Nasdaq, I think it will take some doing. Meanwhile, Tesla is already
Can I
is
do this?
still down.
Can I do this? Let me do my triangle. Then I let you talk about Tesla. As you
Oh,
can
okay,
see,
okay.
that's triangle on a very good triangle on Nasdaq. So if it breaks there, that's a very good ride to the top. I think I will go over my estimates again. I'll use my arrow and measure my opportunity, and I'll be taking it from there. If it breaks out there, I think I'll be looking for where is this? I'll be looking for 19,212.17. Then I'll be taking this breakout here above this here. So that will be my entry, and then I have my exit on the profit side, and then I come back down here and find exit on the stop loss side, and I think that's a perfect stop loss point. Why? Because of this area here, which it doubles down as a minor support. So we just wait for a breakout, and you see that circle there. That's where I expect the breakout. So I think just say you can take over for Tesla. I think you were talking about Tesla.
Yeah. Just before we move forward, do you think we break Nasdaq?
Actually,
Do you think the Nasdaq breaks out today?
why not? It's still early. I think we are in the second hour
Okay.
of the day.
Okay.
It's the morning. I think it's only 10. We are not. It's not even lunchtime.
True. So I
Right?
think is my yeah. Okay. So here it
Okay,
is.
I'm
Here's,
sorry.
I told you before I was talking about this, and I said that I was waiting for a retest. I was waiting for Tesla to go down, and then it's a pretty weak name for me. First of all, we talked about the ongoing disputes in the board. So again, it's to me it's a weak name today. Just seeing how the market is just down what 0.05%, but Tesla is already down 2.24% at this point. So I think at some moment it was around 3 point something, 3.3%. So it's a very weak name for me. So I'm just waiting for some structure to form. We're now coming back, we're just bouncing back uh, after a very huge sell-off. So I'm waiting for Tesla to come back. I don't think we get to the levels of 172.64, but somewhere in between there, I'm waiting for some structure to form. So maybe around 171. If I see something at around 171, if I see some structure forming around there, and we fail to break that, we fail to come up to 172. I think with the market in the red, if we don't end up breaking up the fresh highs on the Nasdaq, if we continue being, the market continues to tank, then I'll be looking for an entry on Tesla because it's a pretty weak name today. And with the confluence of the Nasdaq being red, I think it's a pretty good opportunity for me. And I'll be looking for a short position coming back down to the day's lows that we have, which is 167. And probably break that, which I don't think is very possible because I'm seeing that I have a line drawn around there, meaning that we have some kind of support around there. So again, I'll just be waiting for that 171 point something level for me to find a position on the name. So just looking at it again, it amplifies whatever this channel was trying to tell me. It's a bearish channel, so we're already down to almost to the midpoint of the channel, and therefore this is a very interesting name for me, and I'll be looking for a short position, and I'll update the people watching once I find that opportunity. So now I don't think I have anything else. Just take it up.
I think you can please kindly go on as I'm looking for a chat here. Kindly, if you don't mind, you can talk about
No
anything
problem.
else. Deep dive.
No problem. I'm still looking at the market right now. The Nasdaq, we are still resisting that our freshly formed highs. We got to that point. I think I have a line over there. When we quite criticize about drawing triangles and rectangles like in nursery school. Sasa mimi I draw lines. Yeah.
Sorry, my friend. Yeah.
I draw lines. And currently in the market, I think we're seeing a huge rejection on the daily, which tells me that this market is ready to blow out the top. And for that, if that happens, then my Tesla position will be invalidated, and I'll just look for entries on one of the strong names such as Apple. Talking of Apple, is already up 4.5% with no signs of coming. I think it's carrying the market today. I think it's carrying the market because Nvidia is already down 1.3%. So I think whatever is happening with Apple is what is carrying up the market. That is why I'm very cautious because everything else is red. Tesla is red, Nvidia is red. Some of the I don't have all the Meg 7s on my watch list, but I imagine that they might also be red. Correct me, Walter, if I'm wrong. So they might also be red. So today I think Apple is carrying it's okay. How's Meta doing? I've not seen.
Meta is green. Meta is green. It's 0. Actually, a fairly green because we are 0.16% up. So not bad. It's not looking that bad as well. So,
okay. Any other big red, big green numbers on?
let me just finish here. Then I'm joining you kindly, if you don't mind, please.
No problem, no problem. So again, for me, Apple is just It's a rocket. These things just going right now. It's 4.6. It's just making fresh highs. Let me just look at it from the lower time frames. Yeah, no sign of red. No sign of red. I'm waiting for one sign of red. I think we got it. I guess our chance was to take it on the retest, on the lower time frame, on the retest of the resistance. But I think I missed that trade. So for me, it's a bit of a stretch. So maybe we see something coming down. It's still early. So maybe we see it coming down one more time, and maybe I'll be ready. Uh, I'll be ready to take action once that happens. But for now, it's a bit of a stretch. So I don't want to chase it again. I'm not one to chase trades, so I just like them to cool down, give me something I can work with. So maybe come down to test 200 if that happens, because 200 was pretty significant. I think it was the record for the all-time high. So please come back, Apple, come back and test 200 around there. So if that happens, I'll be ready.
You are trying to bargain with the
Yeah,
market. You didn't
this
take
time
the break.
I'm weighing it because I wasn't ready the first time. So
Oh,
please come back. I'll be ready this time.
yeah,
To ride,
yeah, I
to
think
ride.
I'll be placing limits in the next few minutes. I'll be placing limits and
So
expect the
you're about to
price
take an Apple.
to yeah.
You want it to go further than that.
Actually,
Okay.
no. I'll just place a limit just to for expectation. Like if price comes back to the
Okay.
latest point.
Okay. To 200. So I'm also waiting for Apple at 200. Given that
Yeah,
this market. Oh, yeah. There goes the market. There goes the market. The market is trying to turn green. It's trying to
turn
turn
green.
green
Right?
right now. Yeah. So if it turns
I
green,
think
Apple will shoot for the moon.
that's what actually I was doing. I was placing my Nasdaq. I was placing my Nasdaq. What can I say? My buy entry.
Order.
So I
Okay.
have a stop. Yes, I have a stop there. I have a buy stop, and I think I'll be loaded in around 19 100. So I'm really waiting for that. So it's 19 100 from my end. I think from this chart, 19 100 from HFM, but from this chart from Black Bull, we can see 19 0 0 92. So that's the difference. So if you're using normally if you're using a trading view when your broker is not on trading view, what you do, you try as much as possible to try and make sure they are coinciding on this other side so that you avoid messing up with your trades. It's
The
a
market,
mistake,
the
I
market,
know, very many. It's going
market
up. I think I'm filled on my end.
your field. Oh, nice. I
Yeah.
think I'll wait for this break to die down. I don't want to take it on the break. I want to take it on the backside. I want it to come back to my to. I want it to come back so that I can take a position, because I'm not
Okay.
used to taking it on the break.
So
So
taking
there it is.
breakouts.
It's
So I was saying, it's ripping. We're ripping. We're ripping. This is nice. This is nice. Very exciting. Uh, Let me place my stop 19071, 19072.
yeah.
So I
I
was
want to
saying,
just yes.
come again. You
I
were
wanted
saying?
to, if it's possible, will you just switch your tab to the broker's site
No,
so that everyone can see your entry?
can be my entry. I think that will be tricky, Kidogo.
Okay.
I told you I couldn't load them in the MetaTrader 4. You remember
Oh yeah,
the way it has
yeah, you told me that.
issues
Yeah, you told me
on
that.
my end
Yeah, I know.
before we started. So
True.
a lot of issues, but I can show you via my phone. Uh,
Yeah, I can also show
I
them
don't know.
my. I still have a running trade. The goal is still running. We're still holding support, but it's not moving yet. We need to break out today's high.
I think I
So,
can post what I'm looking at here on my
oh
Twitter.
yes, yeah, yeah, can you do that?
So I can do that so that at most good will so that
At most, good faith. At most, good
at
faith.
most good faith. I'm sorry. At most good faith.
Shout out to my
So
insurance lecturer, whoever taught me
insurance
insurance in campus.
exactly same. At
Yeah,
most good faith. Yeah, while insurance companies are going down, like in a direct line, there's
yeah.
an issue there. Anyway, let's not talk about it because it's a lot of politics in Apple. but
Okay. Yeah,
uh,
Nasdaq just broke out. It's coming back.
it's
Um,
coming back. I'm
yeah, it's
even
coming
worried.
back. No, no, no. This is the point where I look for positions. This is
Oh,
where I look for.
this is what you like.
Yes, this is what I like. I want it to retest. So let's say retest that 19,062.63 level. So maybe I can and then continue going up. Then I can grab some on the way up. I can grab
That's
some for the
true.
thing for the break because it's showing all these signs that it wants to go green. We came
We,
from
we,
the
we
reds.
don't have a clear breakout. I think for a good retest, so that we
Yeah.
can continue going up, we need a very good breakout, something which is sustainable, and at least show us that it can hold above that breakout point. So we want,
Mhm.
on my end, I'd like to see the counter being taken out, and for me, my counter being taken out, I mean, if we go above point C. So as much as we're saying we have a breakout, it's a very weak breakout. So
I didn't say
that's how.
breakout. I say that we had the market going green. It was red going green, so that is what I'm looking at. So you're seeing some signs
Okay.
that it wants to keep going green. So this is what I'm talking about. If it comes back to 19061, then I'll be considering taking it
Okay.
long.
So
There it
I
is.
was
It's already
from
green. Once
from what you said.
yeah,
Kindly let me just point this out. From what you said, what
yeah,
you've just said.
okay.
What I was trying to say, for any retest to happen, I'd like
Yes.
first to see a clear breakout on my end.
Okay.
So what I'm expecting if price breaks out, if you have a clean break and above the point C, this is the point C I'm talking about. We have a good
Okay.
break about above point C, then we can retest the counter trend line, and we can
Uh-huh.
see the continuation. So
Okay.
that's what I'm trying to mean. So not that I'm arguing or anything. So right now,
True.
if it decides to retest the 60s, the 19,000 and 60s, I think it's too early to have a retest, to have this retest. So I'd like to see that retest above. If you now get my point well,
Now I get you.
so that's you get me.
Yeah.
So
So you want above the current resistance
above
that
the
yeah,
yes,
which
above
is
the
the all time
above
which is
the
all
trend
time.
line resistance.
Oh, nice,
Yes.
nice. I'll also be looking for that. I love that play. I love the break and retest of a critical level. But in the moment, I'm seeing a lot of bullishness in this market. And it just wants to break that level, just wants it's inching closer and closer to closing above it. So I think we had the latest print is 19086, which is around it's around I think the highest level you've got to is 19093. Yeah,
93. Okay.
so yeah, so we are yet to break out the all-time high, but this is a very good
93.
level. It is showing some
That's a
strength.
very good leg.
Yeah, yeah. So if it
Uh,
comes back, then I'm willing to go long. Your Apple is still going and going strong. We're
going
around
and going,
5%.
going.
So if the
We are
market
around.
wants to,
We are shy to 5%.
if the market wants to break the highs, I think Apple is due to land on Mars today.
Hey, I think we might see 7 today. Wow, those candles very bullish. Actually, we are
We
just
already
shy
have
of
sent when the
5.
market was down.
0.7.
The,
What? This is nice. This is nice.
this is
I
crazy.
think Qualcomm is coming back in. Uh, Qualcomm is coming back in. I really hoped to play the banking stocks today, but the sell off. I think sijui ni wao wamecommand market iende chini, but wow, that sell off, man. I was really looking forward to jump in on the banking stocks, but it's a huge disappointment. And if only this candle was a bullish candle, you were to see some very nice price action today. So uh, yes, next time I think Coinbase is coming back in. I think the entire market is coming back in,
True.
except for Nvidia. Nvidia ndio inaongeza red yake, so this is weird. This is weird. The market, Apple is 5.1.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, that Apple is just holding down the market today. Just wants this
This is
market to break.
I think
Yeah.
Apple imepea Nvidia sub. So I think Nvidia imepea Apple sub, and we are going on and on and on. I want to see this consolidation. Let me show you my chart of Nvidia. I think Nvidia has all the right to consolidate because uh, what has happened after a split, I expect the market to consolidate, and consolidation means there will be higher highs, and that's a continuation pattern. So I'm really expecting something good comes out from this consolidation of Nvidia, or especially on the lower time frame, because since we broke out
Walter,
since after.
is your chat is your chat on?
Yes, I think
Oh, yeah.
it's on
Oh,
my
yes.
end.
Yes.
So
Yes.
what
Yes.
I'm saying, since we broke out from the earnings, since the earnings day back in May 22nd, we have not seen we have not seen any good consolidation. So yes, we really enjoyed that, but no consolidation at least to give us an entry back into Nvidia. No consolidation, just gap up after gap up at every open. Every open we just see a gap up. So after the split, we see a consolidation. Nobody's complaining because nobody complains because of the consolidation. Actually, a consolidation, to me, it means there's an opportunity coming. And if I drop to the 15 minutes time frame, I think we can clearly see something is happening here. And I can easily slap my counter trend line here, and the counter trend line means I'm expecting a breakout, and after that breakout, I'm willing to get in on the longs. So from the earnings which we really enjoyed and really took advantage of, I think the next play of Nvidia will come after it breaks this line. And for that, I want to estimate. I think I just want to know how many dollars we can go in on of Nvidia. Let me just use this. Uh, I think we can be ready for like $4 if we break that point. If we break that trend line. So yes, I'm very ready for Tuesday. Very ready for Tuesday. Anyway,
Very,
very ready for Tuesday.
we had five.
You can go on. You can
We had five. We had 5.30 on Apple, and it's no signs of slowing
exactly.
down.
It's ripping
Market is
and
already up. Market is up
market is up.
0.18. So I think, yeah, market is up
My
0.18. We just
my Nasdaq trade is doing very good, and on this other side, Netflix is doing wonders. Wants to book, wants to go up above today's high. So I really want to see a high of the day, another print of the high of the day. I want to talk a lot, but kindly take over.
oh
Nitaongea
wow.
sana. I
Every
like seeing the
yes,
market rally.
yeah, yeah, I know. You love seeing green, especially when you're in a position.
Hey, CBO, hey, I'm very
Oh,
excited. Oh,
so I guess the focus today is just Apple. I think everyone is just looking at Apple today.
hey,
No one
everybody's
else.
market
Nvidia
overview.
is Nvidia is not doing anything, and Nvidia is just
But it's
sleeping
coming
on
back
it.
up.
Yeah, it's coming back
Actually,
up,
it's
but
coming back up.
it's not the
If you
kind of
can
noise.
you load, can you load up can you load up its chat?
Yes, yes. I think I'm already there. So it's trying to
Oh,
come
okay.
back up. Yeah, but we just seen a huge rejection on the 15 minute. So I think we're seeing
Yeah.
some interaction at the bottom. So this is the day's bottom today. So I think we just come off the day's bottom. I think we just retested view up and then bounced back
Oh,
down.
it just reacted to view up.
Yeah, it just
Yes.
reacted to view up. So I guess we are yet to see what this stock really wants to do. But yeah, if anything, this huge rejection on the 15 minutes should tell us something. So maybe it's a reaction to what the market is doing. So maybe these guys don't want to be left behind by the market. They want to rally up with the market. But again, until we can break, first of all, we break view up and get over it, because that is where the volume of the day is lying. And then we come and try to test the day's highs. And if you can't get past the day's highs, then Nvidia seems quite weak today. So maybe if it doesn't, right now it's just rejected view up. So again, it was a pretty weak name. So maybe I should have. I missed my chance to go short on Nvidia. Right now I can't because it's already too far gone. Because
Do
it's
you want
around
to
where
go short? Do you want to go short on
it was. I mean,
on the view?
it was.
The
Yeah,
view?
on the view up. Yeah, at view up because it's weak. But with the market rallying as it is right
Okay.
now, that's very hard for me. Yeah, it's very hard. So if the market was to go down, was to be weak again. So because I think it's just bouncing because the market is also bouncing, but to me it's a very weak name. So if the market turns around and goes red again, this will be something to consider. But for now, I think we just hit view up and bounced back down. So again, no entries for me until we can see. I watch this ticker a bit more and see what it has on offer. So again, the market is bouncing. It's oh my, it's up and away because I think the highest we've recorded in the recent past is. Let me have a line there because I want to track it on the other end, right there. So we're yet to get to that level, but we are nearing
I
that
think there's
level.
a silent
We
name
are,
which is trying to do wonders.
sorry.
There's a silent name trying to do wonders, and I think we are
Okay.
sleeping on Microsoft. I know Softy is really trying to come out of the red, and right now it has just broken red, and we have our first green.
Yes,
We
I'm seeing
currently
screen
0
today.
0. So
Oh, it's very
what
interesting.
I'm
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that on Meta. Oh, you're talking about Microsoft, yeah? Look
yeah.
at this on Meta. Yeah? We just look at that. It's a view up bounce,
What
right?
time frame?
Sorry, time frame 15 minutes.
15 minutes. I think I see something. I see a very good pattern with a retest.
That's a very good thing. Yeah. If the market wants to go up, I think I'll be taking
I think it's
a look at.
long actually.
Yeah. So what is
That's
happening to Microsoft?
Microsoft. I think we are at par. We are at the open of the day. So the earlier part of the day, I think we broke down. We started with the gap down, and now I think we are testing yesterday's close, and I think we can go green. And for Nasdaq, I mean, I'm sorry, not Nasdaq. Let me slow my chat here.
You know what? I
For
think I'll
for
try out. I will try out that Meta trade because
you want
the
to go
level.
long? I
Yes,
also want to go long.
I'm loving the level.
I want to go
The
long.
market is bouncing. It's going green. I think I might be heading for a position on Meta to see if we
Meta.
can come back to the day's highs. And yeah, let me
I want to
just.
do the same.
Okay.
I want to do the same, but let me talk about Microsoft now.
Okay.
Let me. Why do I feel like I'll have FOMO if I talk about Microsoft without putting on my Meta trade, but it's
Okay.
okay. This is what I'm expecting from Meta. I mean, from Microsoft. Sikia tu ni Meta tu iko kichwa yangu. Anyway, this is a good cup and handle. I know it's skewed kidogo, it's asymmetrical, but you get the point. And if we break this high, what I call this high, let me show you. Let me show you what I mean by this high. If we break this high, I think we'll be very bullish. So I can see Softy trying to turn green and stay green, and I know it might not. It is not. We don't have sufficient volume to push it above that high today, but generally I'm very bullish on Microsoft, but it's a good ticker to watch. So what I'll do, I'll just put it above JP Morgan, and then do the same on Meta, and go back on Meta and try to find an entry where I know my partner here hapa ako already ashaekelea.
I'm
So
doing so.
I will. You're doing so as we speak, definitely. So I want you to help me to scout the opportunity, and the opportunity here is from the trough low to the high. You know my drill, and then
True.
from the breakout point to I have there, we can go to 510, 510, 510. Where are we coming from? We are coming from the retest point, and the retest point where I'll take this high. You see the high I'm talking about is this high. Let me show you the high I'm talking about. I'm talking about the high of the pattern high. So I'll use this high as my entry, and as the previous candle low, or the 15 previous candle low, and I'll slap my entry there. I'm sorry. Uh, yeah, I know that's a very good, that's a very big. These are one of the trades where I go with. This one of the trades where I go with around 1:2, because there it's a very wiki setup. So as you can see, this the low, this is the out. I want out here. If price goes back and tests here, I'll call it an out. But right now, I think I'll just open straight with the market. I think I'll just put a market execution right now as we speak, because it is actually at the point of entry. I don't know if I can be allowed to make a buy limit. I think now it's a stop, because it has just gone below my entry point. So let me try something. Uh, what are we looking at? We are
That's a
looking at
meta, right?
meta. Yes, it's meta. Yeah, it's meta. Uh,
Okay.
meta inataka kuniacha. It doesn't want to go with me. But I'll still try and pull. I'll still try to slap a limit here, because I think it can go lower. I don't want to be greedy. So yeah. So what is my entry point? My entry point is at 502.71, 502.71. My oat is at 499. Jesse, Jesse, are you
Yes.
there? Oh,
Yeah, it's how.
I don't think umeona, you've heard whatever I've said, because the influence from Akimeshon. So I was saying my oat. So there it is. I think I have my
Um,
buy limit. I come again.
okay.
So
No,
I'm
no,
not.
no. No, I noticed. That's it.
I don't think my name is in, and I think you're lagging. If you don't mind, you can just refresh your page, and then you'll just find me here talking about the markets, and talking about Apple. Apple is 5.5 above there. We're still reaping and reaping, and Netflix is coming back in, as you can see, coming back in, but not doing anything much. We would like to see, after it printed the high of the day again above the previous high of the day, we're coming back down. Not that aggressively, but I think you can see that hammer. It means we don't have an engulf, so we might go back up. So what else to talk about? I think Broadcom is doing something here. So Broadcom, if we had this tick on our broker, if we had this tick, I think I'll be playing Broadcom. Why? Broadcom had a very good setup. If you can remember yesterday, we talked about this ticker, and it it has just broken out. Yesterday it broke out. It balanced. Today it has confirmed that breakout. If it closes the day above that, I think we there was a very good entry of a one is to 2.73 from my end. How I could have played it. So this is a very good ticker. And oh my god, if you're using a broker who has Broadcom, I don't know why you're not buying Broadcom right now. So sheesh. Shopify is still going. Shopify is still going and going, still trying to test deeper into the gap down, the earnings gap down. So, yeah, something to watch. Okay, what I'm doing right now, I'm just going over the green, over the green tickers for today. So, what else? We can go back to Meta and see what is happening. Going back to Meta, I think nothing much is happening. I hope. I just want to see a very good dip, but if I'll not get filled, I'm okay with it. Uh, Going back to what is rolling on my end, I think I have Nasdaq. Nasdaq is moving on my end, and I think we're having a retest. We're having a retest here, and we can see the retest point, and it is testing actually to the point of entry. So uh, don't think we have anything to worry because we have really uh, what has happened. I think we have a very clear breakout. This is a volume breakout. Uh, I think I won't call it an insurance. I love volume breakouts. It's a very good insurance actually at the open. So if it has to reverse, it has to reverse everything in the market. But I think the market is trying to reverse from where it opened, and it opened lower. The market opened lower generally. I'm looking at the future, all the futures, and the indices opened lower, and the other setups as well. I think the entire stock market opened red, and I think we are moving green. So uh, after that volume breakout, I think we can. The only way is up since we broke the point C. This point C is this is what I was talking about. If we break this point, uh, I want to see a retest after this point, and that's what has happened on the lower time frame. We can see we broke point C. Trying to go lower, but hopefully it will go. It will come back up. I have my position there. I'm not worried because it was well calculated. It was a calculated trade. So even if we go red, it's okay. But thing is, I want to see a retest after we broke it. We are back to testing the breakout point, and hopefully we'll see a good reaction back up to the upside. But it is very aggressive down. So uh, everything wants to come down. I think Apple has just say you're back. I think we are looking to come and test the 200 area, and I think this is the best time to load up my buys on of 200, and I think I'll just do that momentarily, kindly, if you guys don't mind. Just place my buy at 200. This is Apple. We're talking about Apple. Apple. You're back. This is a buy limit because it's down there. The price is above it, so that's a buy limit. And then where am I getting out of this trade? I think we are having a big analysis here because we said we are going to. let me book. Let me do this. So there will go my entry. Hopefully today or tomorrow. Hopefully. Okay. So I want to go with this. I want to go with. I want an out here. I want this out there. I don't know if I can use the low of the week as my exit. I don't think it's too much. If it's too much, maybe to you, what I can do, I can just allocate it a whole percentage instead of allocating it. Instead of risking 0.5, I can just risk above that so that I know the RR will be low. It's a 2.5 RR, so we'll just take a 2.5. I want my entry at 200. So my exit at 220. Let me do that again. And my exit on this other side at I'm going with round numbers, so don't mind me, 192. So that brings me to 2.5. So 200, my exit at 192, and my out at the top at 220. So cross fingers, I hope I'll get filled. If it is not now, hopefully before the end of the week. So we just crossing fingers here. Yeah. Now I can trash the excess. I can trash that. I can trash this. But these are very good. These are very good trade. I think I like this trade. So I can just wait and go see how the other tickers are behaving. I think Nasdaq wants to go back up. We can see after that. After let's see what is happening here. Uh-huh. You can see price come back. Is trying to come back in. Trying to come back in, but is being rejected after the retest. So we just wait for the candle close and then we see how we can. If it looks bad, I think we can just let it go. Jesse, are you back? I'm here all alone because I can hear some noise on your end. So if we have an engulf here, I think I'll just get out of this Nasdaq trade. If we don't see an engulf, it means
I'm here, but my still
you're having
now.
technical issues. It's okay. Let me go on, but I hope you're watching your trades on the other end.
Yeah.
I think Nasdaq is having a retest, and it might look like a deep retest. Yeah, I'm just waiting for this candle close and then decide whether I'll hold it or let it be. So I want to go back to Meta to check if I've got filled, but I don't think I've been filled. Bado not filled yet. So I have three pending positions. I have Apple, Meta, and Google. Apple, Meta, and Google, and the Nasdaq is it's actually playing around. It's flirting with my entry, so nothing to smile about. So what is happening with the other markets? The other markets, what are we looking at? Uh, I think I think Meta is coming back in, but what are we looking at? Apple is going back up above 5%. So what else am I watching? Uh, Nvidia down, deep down. Uh, what else? Can I go back to the future? Okay, let me go look at what gold is doing right now. Gold is coming back in. It is undecided after breaking this high. So back in very weaky, uh, uncharted waters for me. I can't do anything. You can see a setup inside there, but it is very weaky too. So I don't want to tinker with the gold. I don't like tinkering with gold. I'm just pointing it out. So we are going past. We are going in deep in below the where it broke out the previous lower high. So just pointing out. Just pointing out. Here we have Euro USD. Euro USD going lower lower, and I explained why we should expect it to go lower lower. All the rest are all the other central banks are announcing cuts, but Euro USD doesn't. I mean, the the Fed ha- don't have any sign of cutting rates because when I was looking at CME, I think on Sunday on Monday yesterday I was looking at CME and the consensus is like 97.8% of guys are not expecting rates, so we expect the Fed to hold rates as where they are. So I think I'll drop down to the others. We have not talked about GBP, GBP USD. I think the same is happening. We might see a continuous slide down because the same argument as AUSI, the same argument with Chef. They call them Chef. The same argument with Swiss, the same argument with CAD, the same argument with. I don't like talking about the yen, but due to because of the interventions, but that's what is happening. That's what is happening in all other. So, Uko, that's what is happening there. It's not my favorite. I don't want to talk about anything else apart from I can mention Bitcoin is down 3.5%. What is happening in Bitcoin? You can see my triangle look. Bitcoin is yeah, it's slumping today. Um that's why it explains a lot why Coinbase is behaving how it is behaving. Why Coinbase actually Bitcoin is down 3.5%. Coinbase is down 3.29%. So it speaks for itself. So that's how it is going. If I can look at Meta, I don't think Meta gone inside to become in pair an entry. I don't know. It looks like it's pushing back up after testing after retesting that. I think it has just found this low. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think we've just found the low. Sorry, my light just went out. But there it is. That's how it is happening. I think we have just found support. The minor support and price is reacting to that minor support, and we're going back up. Uh, I feel giddy, and I think I'll just place an entry from where it is. Uh, this is just me being giddy, and let me dip my toe there because I can. Let me see the spread first. I see if it's worth it to place an entry from there. Sorry guys, I think I have a problem with my machine kidogo. The way if I decide to open my MT4, we'll be having streaming issues. That's why I'm doing everything. The entries on my phone. I don't like it, but I've come up with a cap on the on the maximum number on the maximum number of lots the lot size I'll be placing, and for stocks I'm placing only 0.15. That translates to around around 0.5, between 0.5% to 1% per entry. So I think it's not that bad, but it's above here. It's above this. So I think my entry plus the spread, it will be here. I don't like leverage, and this is what will happen if I decide to enter there. My actual entry, even if price is there, it will be like this. But with a confirmation from down here, I think I can comfortably pull this upwards towards, I think here, towards this close here. So can I? Should I? Should I? Yeah, let's do a 0.5, 0.1 instead of 0.15. So I'll just make a buy. It's open, and what am I doing with it? It's open, and that's a huge spread. That's a huge spread. Anyway, uh, it will come out of it because I've been booked at 503. Let me adjust this from my end. I've just been booked at 503.73. 503.73. 503.73. Okay. That's where I've been booked, but including the spread, I think it goes higher. It goes, I'm sorry, 503.73. So I hope it's there. And I want a 1 is to 2 something. So I'll just take here. Why here? I like showing you guys what I'm looking at, and my reason for making that stop loss and where it is because of this candle here. And I think I'll zoom in so that you guys can see which candle. This candle here, this will be my exit, the candle low, and this a happen candle. So I'm sorry, it should be the other way around. So that's that. What I'm doing right now, let me go place my stops. I'll take this stop. Let me trash that for a while. It will come back. So my exit is at 501, 501.15, 15, and my TP is at 510. The other one is still there. If price decides to come back in and open my trade, well and good. If not, at least I'm not left out. So that's how I deal with FOMO at times. Because if anybody tells you they don't have any FOMO in the market, that will be a lie. So that's how I do that. I just decide to play it vile inakuja. So that's that. And I think we are almost the end of this session. I think we go to from 3:30 to 6:30, and I think it has been very exciting because seeing Apple breaking out and having booked a trade, not even booked a trade, having placed a trade, waiting for us to get filled for Apple, and then watching Netflix. Okay, watching Qualcomm tank. It was not that exciting. Actually, I'm not happy because of that. Watching Netflix trying to put another HOD for the day, high of the day. I'm sorry. Tesla doing very bad. Meta doing what Meta does, and Nvidia doing Nvidia things. So I think Microsoft is really trying to go green, but very slow. So we don't have good volume today, and I don't think I have much. I want to go back to Nasdaq as I close up for today. Uh, Nasdaq is really trying to come back in, and it is trying to go up, and I'm sure it will go up because we didn't engulf. We didn't. We don't have an engulfing candle. That's not a fully engulfing candle, so it means we might chances of going higher are still on the table. So yeah, let's see what will happen. And here we go. Here we go. If you're looking at your chart, here we go. 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 Yes, I want to remove this. I think it is distracting everybody, including me. So that's that. What can I say? I can say thank you. Thank you for today. Thank you for keeping up with me and Jesse. Uh, and I think it was a very good stream for today. And if you have any feedback, kindly you can talk to me. You can talk to Jesse. You can drop your comments down there. And catch us tomorrow the same time. And yeah, any feedback, kindly don't shy off. Tell us. We want to make this experience the best way we can, a good experience for everybody. And yeah, see you tomorrow. Cheers.